Before we go ahead with BW, let's first understand quickly what are the HANA advantage. I think HANA got launched around 2010, and since then SAP has put in a lot of effort with SAP HANA. In past, what used to happen is whenever CPU used to work in your system, it used to get the data from the memory which was stored on storage disk. So input output was the bottleneck because when you try to read data from your database, it takes a lot of work for CPU and the system to extract that data or push back that data into disk. What HANA did was it removed that bottleneck, and because of that it became very fast because everything was in memory. And over the period CPU has become cheap and memory has become cheap, so people can afford it, companies can afford it to have HANA. Still it is very expensive, we can say, but over the period it has come down significantly. So that's why you see a lot of adoption for SAP HANA. Obviously we have backup and log backup in normal disk space, but rest of the things are in memory. And obviously HANA smartly uses columnar storage and row storage both. Most of the tables are columnar storage, which really helps in extracting data or reading that data. And auto compression is very high in SAP HANA. SAP HANA compress the data to a huge extent as compared to normal other DBs. And we also have insert only delta. We'll see the concept of merge delta in later stages, but it really helps in updating the data as well. So overall HANA has a lot of advantages, because of which SAP is pursuing it as their main or core platform which can be connected to any of the SAP system. And BW4HANA is no different. The name itself says that BW will be using HANA database, and going forward SAP will convert all their system which will be only compatible with HANA database and no other databases. One more thing which HANA has done is it has bring in the concept of code push down. So what used to happen earlier with NetWeaver is all the processing logic used to happen at application level. So all the things used to happen at application level. If you have a complex formula here or complex calculation here, we used to get the data from DB and do the calculation at the application level. For example, in BW case, BW was the application, Oracle or DB2 was the database. So this input output used to take a lot of effort, because of which it used to take a lot of time. Now with HANA, what has happened is everything gets pushed down to HANA database and calculation happens in the database, and directly the data comes, and there can be a small logic which you can't push to HANA database, then that logic get processed at application level. So because of this, a lot of time is saved, a lot of data transfer cycles are saved, and that's why we prefer HANA in BW4HANA database. So this is called as code push down. Code is pushing everything to database. So this is a big HANA advantage which we have. And obviously with hardware, software technology has come up with a lot of innovation in hardware. As I said, CPUs and memories are getting cheaper by day. Over the year it has become cheap. So in 2010 HANA was launched. That time it was very expensive. Now it is very cheap compared to 2010. So we have multi-core architecture with HANA. We have massive parallel scaling with many blades. So you can have many blades working in parallel, many CPUs working in parallel and extracting or processing your logic. We have 64-bit address space. Earlier it was 32. So that is a big advantage. And 100 GB of data throughput you can get per second from HANA database. And as I said, dramatic decline in prices. And it has been happening since 50 years, I would say. 5 MB chip was so big like a wardrobe, and now have 1 TB in small chip. So hardware prices have been decreasing over the years, and this is no different, which has given a big advantage to HANA adopters. And SAP software innovation is also happening because HANA is a new concept which they have brought in to come over the bottlenecks. So we have row and column storage, auto compression of data. We also have partitioning of the data, so you can partition and focus on the data which you want to read or write. And no aggregate tables are available now. No secondary indexes are necessary. Although we have provision, but it is not needed anymore. So you don't have aggregation in BW, for example. So that is a big relief. And you don't have to do compression on cubes because there are no cubes in BW4HANA. We'll see the details in coming lectures. So this was all about HANA advantage. Why HANA is there, why it was needed, and why SAP is going ahead with HANA. And as I said, going ahead, SAP will be only focusing on HANA as a platform, and there won't be any other database. HANA as a platform and as a database is SAP's priority. So this was all about HANA advantage. We'll go further in next section. Thank you.